Okay.
Okay. So I think now we have to start talking about the first module, or let me say the first task, which is about personal introduction. Now, about this task, at the beginning of the test, you will be asked to introduce yourself, speaking into the microphone for 30 seconds. Now, this personal introduction is not scored, but absolutely it is important for what? For institutions and universities. So the purpose is to give university admissions officers an impression about you or an impression of you as a person. Institutions or universities also use the recorded introduction as an additional identity check. Your introduction will be sent along with your score report to the institutions that you choose. Now, you will have 25 seconds to read the instructions. This is to prepare yourself to be ready to speak. Okay. Then, after this time of preparation, you have 30 seconds to record your introduction or to record yourself. There is a recording, a status box, which will tell you when to start recording and how much time you have left. You cannot re-record your introduction, so please be careful, okay? You have to be totally ready and you have to prepare yourself correctly before recording because we noticed that there was no a second time to record yourself again, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now let me scroll down to the next information. This is the exact screen, Dahlia, that is going to be shown next to you. So you notice that this is task number 1 about your personal introduction. These are the questions that you have to answer. So notice that please introduce yourself. And we have, as I told you, 30 seconds to prepare myself. Sorry, we have 25
The box not
seconds.
clear.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah, I know. Let me try to zoom it in. Wait. Yeah, it's not that clear. I'm sorry. But I'm trying to
Oh,
read the information in this page, Dahlia.
okay.
Okay. So the instructions are saying I have to read the prompt below. This is the prompt about these questions. Now, in 25 seconds, you must reply in your own words as naturally and what? Okay. As naturally as possible. Absolutely. I have to speak naturally. Now I have 30 seconds to record my response or to record myself. Your response, as we said, will be sent together to your score report to the institutions selected by you. So these are the questions that you have to answer in the task number 1, which is about personal introduction. So these are the instructions that you have to read carefully, and these are the ideas of things to talk about. And absolutely, this box is about recording a status box that tells you when the microphone opens and when the microphone closes. Okay?
Okay.
So we notice that this is the current status beginning in 20 seconds. And absolutely, you have to be careful because after, or you have to answer all the questions in 30 seconds. Now, this is the first piece of advice about personal introduction, Dahlia. You have to fully answer all the questions. Okay? Please don't let the 30 seconds finishes without answering all the questions. This is extremely important. This is number 1. Number 2, while speaking, Dahlia, don't say the question again. Don't say the question or don't speak the question, then you have to speak the answer. You have to speak the answer immediately. Okay?
Okay.
So, absolutely, I have to take a look at every question and I have to answer them one by one. And as I told you, I have to be careful because the 30 seconds should be finished and I have to answer all these questions. Please be careful because some students answer only 2 or 3 questions in 30 seconds, I have to be careful because, as we said, the introduction is about your impression. And it is really important. I know that the introduction is not scored, but absolutely it is really important because the institution or university is going to have that impression of you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, what about the strategies that I have to be careful of just to be able to give the best introduction? Absolutely, I have to be ready and I have to prepare myself. This is my opportunity to give the admissions officers a first impression of who I am. So I have to make it a positive one. For this task, you can be completely prepared. I mean, you can prepare yourself, you can practice. Please, this is really important. So I have to plan in advance before the exam what I want to say. I have to start by giving my name. Then I have to say where I'm from. Then I have to include some ideas from the instructions. So I have to talk about my interests. I have to talk about my plans for future study. I have to answer the question, which is why I want to study abroad. Then the question of or the reason why I need to learn English. And finally, the reason I chose the PTE exam. Okay?
Okay.
Absolutely, I have to be ready. Okay. So I have to check my time. As I told you, I have to answer all the questions, please, Dalia, in 30 seconds. Don't let this 30 seconds finishes without fully answering all the questions because, as I told you, I don't have a second chance to record myself again. So I have 30 seconds to record myself. And as we said, we have only one chance, and I have to get it right. I have to spend time practicing before the test. Okay? Time
Okay.
yourself. I have to practice not only answering the questions, but also I have to practice timing myself. Timing myself is one of the most important strategies or skills I have to learn just to fully answer all the questions in every task, not only in recording my personal introduction. So I have to make sure that my message takes a close to 30 seconds as possible. You don't want to run out of time, please. And I have to be myself. Don't memorize the answers, please, Dalia, because if you want to memorize the answers, you will be that student who speaks not in a natural way. This is really bad. And don't forget that the person who is going to watch your video or listening to your recording is a native speaker, and absolutely he knows or she knows if you are speaking naturally, spontaneously, and he is going or she is going to know that if you memorized your answer or no. So please, I have to be what natural, and I have to try not to write a speech and memorize it. Stop memorizing. You will never be able to memorize or remember everything. This is extremely important because you will be, as we said, I have to be natural. This can be, or this can often sound very unnatural, and nervous or nerves on the day might make you forget the exact words. Not might, absolutely, you will forget because maybe you will be in that stress and maybe, let me say that too many ideas in your mind, so you will forget. Don't try to remember. You have to be natural or as natural as you can. Okay? So instead of that, I have to practice. Please, the best solution is practicing. So I have to record myself speaking. Then I have to listen to my introduction. I have to check if I'm okay. I have to check my mistakes. And absolutely, I have to learn from my mistakes. Now, if you were an admissions officer, would your message make a positive impression? This is the question that you have to ask yourself just to check or just to know that if your introduction is okay or maybe not. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, let me try to give you the chance to do it yourself. Okay? Now, I need I need you, Dalia, to try to take a look at these questions and to try to answer them. I'm not going to give you 25 seconds to prepare your answer. Take your time, okay? Take your time and taking a look at every question and try to prepare your answer, try to gather the vocab, the ideas. Then you have to speak in 30 seconds, okay?
Okay.
So take your time, please, and try to prepare the best answer.
Start.
Are you ready to start immediately? Don't you want to prepare yourself to be ready for the introduction? At least, Dalia, take the 25 seconds.
Um, my name is Dalia Ayash.
Mm-hmm.
I am Lebanese.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I live in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I have I have three children, one daughter and two sons.
Mm.
I studied in accounting in University Lebanese. I I learned to study English because I have an exam in PTE. Mm. I like to study English because I have um, uh, um, I have to work in Australia because all the people speak on English.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to work in accounting. I don't work in the accounting uh, um, because I I want to um,
This is because you are not ready, Dalia.
yeah,
Okay. This is because you are not ready. You hesitate too much and you spend more than 30 seconds to give me the best introduction. Okay. By the way, Dalia, let me
yeah,
tell you something. First of all, I have to highlight the mistakes that you committed. Then
yeah,
you
yeah.
need to prepare and practice the answer at home. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. I think tomorrow we have a class.
Yes.
Don't we? Okay. Because tomorrow we have a class. Now you have to prepare your answer. Okay? Try to practice saying the introduction because tomorrow I'm going to ask you again just
Yeah.
to answer these questions. Okay?
Okay.
So please, you have to prepare yourself. Okay. Now I need to highlight the mistakes that you committed while speaking, Dalia.
Okay.
As I told you, it is something important to commit some mistakes, but I have to learn from my mistakes. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So now let me show you the mistakes that you committed. Now, the first mistake you said, Dalia, I have, let me zoom the page in. I have, okay, I have an exam in PTE, in PTE. Okay. Do you think, Dalia, that it's better to say I have a PTE exam? Do you think that the second sentence is better than the first one. Am I right, Dahlia?
Okay.
So you notice that this sentence is better than this sentence. Okay?
Okay. Mm.
Okay. Now, the second mistake you committed, you said all the people, all the people speak on English. Okay. Now, let's talk about people, Dalia. Do you mean people in all over the world or only people in Australia?
People?
Do you mean that people in Australia or all people around the world? What do you mean by people?
Mm, people in
Do you mean people in Australia or maybe in all over the world, not only in Australia?
not all.
Do you understand what I'm saying, Dalia?
Can you repeat, please?
Yes, I can. Okay. Now, you said, Dalia, that all the people speak on English. Am I right? Is it what you said?
All the people,
Mm.
all
All the people speak on English. Is it what you said? This is the
mm,
sentence that you said, didn't you?
mm,
Okay.
yeah.
What do you mean by people? Do you mean people in Australia or people in all over the world?
And Australia.
Okay. So all the people, okay. If you want to say all the people, only
Okay.
this is wrong. You have to say all people or all the people in Australia.
Mm,
Okay? In Australia. It is better to say all people without the indefinite article. Okay?
okay.
So all people in Australia. Okay. Now let's talk about speak on English. Do you think that speak on English is correct?
No,
So I have to say what? Speak English.
all speak English. Yes.
Speak English without a preposition. Okay? So please,
Okay.
Dalia, speak doesn't need a preposition.
Okay.
Okay? So now, because I'm specifying the people in Australia, I have to say all the people. But if I'm talking about people all over the world, I don't have to use the indefinite article. Okay?
Okay.
So I have to say all the people in Australia, or I have to say all people if I'm not specifying the people. The article the indefinite article Dahlia, is to specify something. Okay?
Okay.
Let me give you an example and let me show you the difference between these two sentences. The first sentence is saying, life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Now, the second sentence is, the life of Dahlia is beautiful. So notice, Dahlia, that because I'm talking about life in general, I didn't
Yes.
use the indefinite article the. But because I'm specifying the life of whom, the life of Dahlia, I have to use
Yes.
the indefinite article the. Okay?
Okay.
So please be careful about the indefinite articles, which are a, an, and the. Okay. Now, the final sentence you said, Dahlia, I don't work in. I don't, for example, I don't work in this company. Work in this company. Okay. let me tell you something about the verb work, Dahlia. All the time, you have to use the preposition at with work, not in.
Okay.
Okay? I don't work at. And if you want to say, for example, I am at work, I don't have to say I am in work. Okay?
Yeah.
So please be careful about the prepositions because prepositions absolutely are really important and you have to learn how to use them correctly. Okay?
Okay.
So this is it. These are the mistakes that you have to be careful of. Now let's go back to our page. So this is about the introduction. As we said, Dahlia, I'm going to give you the chance to practice saying your introduction, okay?
Okay.
You have till tomorrow. So please, these are the questions that you have to prepare. So this is it. So you have to prepare question number one, which is your interests. Question number two, about your plans in the future. Question number three, about the reason
One
you,
minute, please.
yeah, you can, if you want to take a screenshot.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So please, you have to prepare yourself to say the best introduction. So this is it. This is about the personal introduction. Now the next video is going to be, wait. Okay. It's going to be speaking and writing, and absolutely we have to discuss the overview. Then we have to go into details. We have to discuss the tasks. Okay?
Okay.
So I have to disconnect the meeting now. Please come back.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you.